Cheer, what's goody, y'all? Talk nice. It's Ali Similar Podcast, episode number 18.
Yes, sir.
18. Yes, sir.
18.
I am Rello, and to the right of me, I have
DJ Hypa was goody.
DJ Dane-Ja, we here.
DJ Darren was good.
Fuck out here.
Shit, taking my job, nigga.
Go ahead, Junior.
It's Joe.
Ease. Yes, sir. How we feeling today? It was a real festive weekend, man. How everybody weekend was? How everybody weekend go?
Everybody weekend looked kind of lit.
Everybody was lit. I saw the Instagram pages. I saw
Everybody
the
stories, the IG stories
active.
says it all. Yeah.
Word,
active.
What you do, Hypa?
I was at a 333 on a Saturday, and Caribbean vibe. I just be playing different shit now at this spot. It's like now it's like to a point where I know I play there so much now, so they kind of know how I play. But I try to really like just come differently. Like this past weekend, I started my set. I played what's that song? One can satisfy her.
Yeah, I win.
Need more wood for the fire.
And it's like for some reason that's the first one that came to my mind. So I was like, you know what? Let me just work my way up. And I played Foxy Brown. I started playing the Renegade.
Oh, you taking it back?
Yeah.
Oh,
So like I said,
tunes.
Yeah, it was dope.
Word.
It was dope.
Oh, you ready? I was at my crib, Larive. Listen,
That's your crib by now, literally.
I was about to say, nigga, you lying.
son. I don't know what it is with women in brunch, but they like fucking brunch, bro. They love brunch.
Man, they like to
When
eat.
2 o'clock come,
Brunch
I'm
and
talking
trap
about. It's like 20 girls on the line. I'm like, yo. I'm now waking up. I'm not waking up when it comes 1, 2 o'clock.
Nah, but what I think is crazy though is like that place is like ram packed like every
Saturday.
Single.
Still trying to find out
and
these promoters' formula, but that's a whole.
They
that's
know
a whole
promoters.
nother.
They know you DJing, bro.
I mean,
True too.
appreciate that. And that following night, I DJ'd at Duke's. It's another spot. It's across the street from Taj. It's spelled Deux. Ray J pulled up in there.
I saw that flick you took.
I saw that pic.
Yeah, it was a situation. I ain't gonna front. I'm just out here just trying to live my best life, not going back and forth with these niggas.
Best life.
Trying not to go back and forth with these things. Yeah, but my weekend was kind of litty. I ain't gonna hold you.
All right, sound
Darren, seen your wedding settings.
Yeah. I had a nice little wedding on Sunday. I
Heard you.
I worked. I did video at the wedding. I mean, it's real good vibe. You know, I love those, and hopefully I get about 1 or 2 more before the summer's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up, man.
True, Rello.
Weekend was pretty good, man. Did a little barbecue thing that turned out to be
A lot of flexing.
Yeah, pretty good.
A lot of bruck up.
Yeah, anytime you can dance a little bit, it's a good thing. So weekend was really good. Barbecue was good. I also went to this business seminar that I went to today that was really, really good. It's collected for the weekend. So pretty good weekend, man. Pretty good weekend for you guys.
What's going on,
Fire.
Junior? How was your weekend?
It was cool. Maintain. Oh, it was cool. Just maintain.
I feel you. You made that money
Yeah, something like
like
that.
you do. Let me get $5, bro.
Word.
Nah.
Rich ass.
Is that a hater? You talked about that?
Nah.
Rich ass
Something,
nigga.
bro.
Let me hold something, bro.
Let me hold some.
I know you got it.
I'm trying to get like you.
Right.
Trying to get like you, bro.
That Dane-Ja talk, yo, son. I hear what niggas say, yo, I'm trying to get like you.
Word.
Yeah, man. My weekend was pretty dope, bro. My sister came up from Virginia, her husband and her kids, my godson, my nephew. You know what I'm saying? Had a nice family weekend. Initially, my Friday started off pretty dope. Chill with some colleagues. Saturday, went to a barbecue. Then I went to the spot in Manhattan called Mama Juana's
Yeah, Mama
I
Juana.
heard about that.
Sound familiar?
in Dykeman.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
a-
fucking dope spot, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I had a lot of fun there.
That's
And
what's up.
Sunday went to another barbecue, chilled out. I ate a lot this weekend. Safe to say.
That's what it is,
Dope,
man.
dope.
Glad everybody had a good weekend, positive vibes. You know, summer's dwindling down, so we got to enjoy as much of this nice, warm summer
So tight,
weather as
bro.
we
I
can.
felt like Summer just started last week. God, I ain't gonna
It
hold
went by kind of quick, bro.
Son, the year's almost over.
Nah. You dragged it.
Nah, bro, he's right, bro. Summer went by quick, bro.
We already in
This is the
August.
fastest summer went by to me.
I thought it was just me.
Everybody say that every
Shit
summer.
went by.
No.
quick,
I don't
bro.
say that. I don't say that. This time I felt like, yo, bro, just
Son, is it me or you started seeing the back to school?
Don't get me started.
School's hitting.
They
man.
definitely
Back
put
to school, the
that
back-
special is up.
Nigga, they was doing
already.
back to school in July, bro.
You lying?
Yeah,
Dead ass?
nigga,
Yeah, they
I know
start-
summer's
Towards the
winding
end-
down. I'm
towards
like,
the
nah. Summer just started. Slow down. Like, y'all
I
bugging
think
right now.
some of the
I'm not
teachers
gonna lie.
already went back.
Yeah, that's
No,
a fact.
school, a lot of
Starting
schools
their
started
curriculum.
already.
They
I don't
gotta
know
start
how.
prepping.
Like a lot of
Yeah,
schools
man.
started already. I be seeing people like first day of school. I'm like, yo,
Some people
it's
do start
August.
August. Yeah, some people start.
I'm like,
August.
no, I know down south they start like
They started
start
already.
early.
They started
But
already.
I see people in like some schools in New York already got first day of schools. I'm like, the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
you
the
just
private
started.
schools and the charter schools, they probably started already.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
Crazy things, man. The docket is full. Once again, today is a lot of stuff to talk about, so we're going to jump right into this thing. No wasted time. One of these new laws that the city has passed against these NYCHA housing, public housing and everything. There's no more smoking at all in public housing anymore. I think you have to be like 2 feet from the outside. You can't even
20,
smoke.
20 feet.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh,
20
wow.
feet from the outside. You can't even smoke anywhere near close to it. Which I know it's going to be hard for some people because, a lot of people is smoking is their thing, addicted to smoking and those kind of things. How we feel like this law can affect, public housing and things going wrong in public housing. This might cause more of a reason for cops to arrest people now because, of these things that some people might not pay attention to this law and they might still smoke. So how do you think that this might affect the public housing community, if at all any?
I think they just finding more reasons to try to kick people out of, I guess, public housing. I don't know what they're trying to do. Just to me, it feels weird. Like you gonna stop me from smoking in my crib? Like understandable as public housing.
Wait. Inside the house or in the
Yeah.
building?
Yeah,
You
the
can't
building,
smoke
period.
in the building.
Inside
You
the
can't
building.
smoke in your own apartment. You can't
Where you're
smoke
paying rent.
20 to 50 feet within the actual complex. You have to be. You can't smoke.
It sounds like part of the gentrification plan.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna start like gentrifying projects? Like
Think it ain't happening
No, they're
already,
gonna
bro?
turn them shits into
Yo,
condos, bro.
go-
That's the easiest way to
Go
do
That's
downtown.
crazy.
Go downtown Brooklyn, bro.
Projects,
like
though.
all the way, like by the bridge.
I've been over
Yo,
there.
that
and
the
and I
projects over there is beautiful, bro. Like,
it. They're gonna change the
it's
name and turn it
project.
into co-ops.
Probably that's probably what they're gonna do.
But my question was, how are they going to be able to like
Tell.
Once
tell
you smell it,
or
once you
catch? Are they going to have like routine checks, or are they going to do
That-
smoke detectors?
They probably gonna do some shit where they got every project's got like security detail or whatever. They're gonna go through the floors. If they smell something, they gonna give you a citation, a certain amount of citations. You
You
get
gotta
evicted.
leave it type of
Oh,
shit.
so they have some type of like you do have to be at a certain type of degree in order for you to be evicted, in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, smoking is an addiction. Like
I was just
Yeah.
about to say, what
And
about?
You know how many
it's
people
an-
smoke,
there's
bro?
people that
it's a
smoke.
functional addiction.
Yeah.
It's not addiction where it's like messing up your life as far as like your daily life. Obviously, cancer. and
Yeah,
all
you
that
can
stuff,
smoke a
but-
cigarette and drive a car. Like it
Exactly,
ain't going to
like-
impair you from.
Exactly. So to me, it's like you're gonna tell people they can't smoke in their own crib. Like
I feel the upside of the situation is
there's an upside.
yeah, because I feel when I say upside, I mean like the good thing about this situation is, for like the children or the kids that's in the
The
projects,
secondhand smoke.
anybody that's suffering from bronchitis or asthma, you know what I'm saying? So that could be a way of, teaching, making the people be aware or teach them about health risk, especially for the children. So I think that might be a good thing. But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, what about the people? You live there, you paying for it. So I feel that
you got to go outside.
how you gonna tell me what to do, and I'm paying for it? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time too, it's like they say after a certain time we can't play music loud, but you pay for your spot, you should be able to play your music as loud. So I really just try to really understand the other side of it. But for me, I just feel like the good thing about that part is for the children. That's how I'm looking at it. So
I mean, that could be angled as a good part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I think it's just going to bring more reason for, the cops and the police in those areas to.
I don't think people are gonna get
arrest
arrested for smoking cigarettes, but it's gonna be
Why
a lot of
not?
citations.
If
given
it's a law, why not? Shit.
You can't.
I've seen them arrest people
It's
for
still,
less
it's
than
still
that.
kind of like
Jaywalking.
wild. It's still like wild intrusive.
Niggas get arrested for jaywalking.
I feel like it's extra intrusive. You could just be in your house, and then in the back of your mind, you have to worry about like
somebody knocking on your door,
or it's security doing like a smoke check now. Like I shouldn't have to think about that.
Yeah, like a
in my
routine.
own house. It's crazy.
That shit is crazy, bro. What do you think, Joe?
I don't.
Not much about it, really. I just feel like that's just give them an extra thing for probable cause. Now they can say they can kick up your door talking about we smell smoke.
And then they're rated fine if you have guns or rated for drugs or rated for whatever they want to rate
Then
it
you
for.
accidentally get shot.
Yeah, that's
We thought you had
a
a
worst
quote,
case
unquote.
scenario, but it is
You
possible.
sit on the couch with the remote and they think it's a gun. They shoot you, and then they be like, "Well, we smell smoke. We have probable cause."
Yep.
I wonder if this is even for the for vapors too. I don't know if it's for vapes. But
You can't smell that, so you could get it. That's like the best thing you could get away with, because I take my
Soon as it goes in the air, it goes away.
and there is no like harmful bad smell that comes. Well, it might be harmful, but there's no bad smell, smoke smell, no cigarette type of smell with it. So that's the only thing that they can't do. They can't invade your space saying I smell cigarettes. Like, you're lying.
I ain't gonna lie. Like in the Bronx, of course, y'all know there's plenty of projects, and I've been into like a lot of them. But a lot of the times, like some people like put their cigarette out by throwing it down the chute, and that caused fires.
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't for this, but I think that kind of led to it, because if you throw your cigarette down a chute, it's gonna be like, bro, you live here. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of ignorant shit that go on in the project.
In the project,
trust me.
niggas pissing hallways, pissing
You know what I'm saying?
elevators.
Niggas are smoking. People will smoke in the elevator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you'll be like, bro, I'm right here. I'm going out. I don't want to smell like that. Why are you doing this? So it could help in certain ways, but in most of the ways, it's definitely
I never
because
really
of
it can't help. It can't help, but
it's definitely a move to get people out of it.
Yeah, you think more negative than positive.
Yeah, I don't see
Because
no good coming
in
of
reality, it is more negative than positive.
this. Yeah, because they're not doing this in condos or in these lofts.
Yeah,
in
why
Manhattan.
specifically public housing, out of all places?
Nice enough, because I guess they feel like it's government owned and regulated, so they feel like it's a government building, so you do what we say.
I just want to know why it's happening now. Why now?
Yeah, because I mean, look who's in office, bro.
Speaking of that, let's keep this thing rolling. Donald Trump, once again, he's back on his Twitter fingers.
Good
shit.
segue.
Facts. Slide right into his going back and forth with LeBron James. LeBron James did an interview with Don Lemon, and basically just calling out Trump and saying how Trump is using sports to divide people now. Something that Bron, I guess, doesn't appreciate. And Donald Trump comes back at him in a tweet basically saying he did an interview with Don Lemon and something about Don Lemon making LeBron look like he was smart, and that's not hard. That's not easy to do. Just basically insulting LeBron's intelligence. And a lot of people took offense to it, which is, it's understandable. How do you guys feel about this LeBron and Donald Trump situation and just basically his Twitter fingers? Because I seem like it causes more bad than good.
Who'd like to start?
I'm going to start. Well, Donald Trump is Donald Trump, so ain't nothing surprising. I feel like this man has like so many other things he should be worrying about than basketball or even LeBron James or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I don't really think Donald Trump has time to sit down and watch TV. I just feel like this LeBron story actually made it worldwide, you know what I'm saying? So I feel that he just caught on. And then, not to mention, too, I even had to reflect back. I remember when LeBron called him a bum because when Steph Curry didn't go to the White House and, he said something and LeBron actually came back. So I don't know if that stemmed from that tweet, but I just feel like for what LeBron has accomplished at this point, this tweet was like at the wrong time. It just, the time was just off. But then again, some people were saying we don't know if Trump has stuff up his sleeve. So I feel rather he got some up his sleeve or not. I just feel like, to me, that was senseless. And I feel like another thing too. I don't want that to go over anybody's head. But notice at the last part when he wrote "I like Mike," I would think that the reason why he probably wrote that because Michael Jordan didn't really give his input about like politics and stuff. LeBron, like Michael Jordan was,
he never does.
He never does. So I feel like, you know, to see LeBron in contrast in a point where he's stating how he feel, what he thinks about what's going on, you know, and LeBron not actually getting the praise that he's getting at this point for goodwill, and then not to mention, not even just LeBron inspiring people. LeBron probably inspired other athletes, like now want athletes to do other things too. So I don't know, like I just feel like his timing was so off.
Not to cut you off, but Donald Trump is a smart man, so I want us to be careful when we talk about him putting like Mike, because he'll know that is a ploy for us to be divided again.
Yeah.
Because now when he puts that, now we're going to be like, oh, yeah.
He'll never be a Mike.
And then
he'll
we're going to
start. Michael Jordan.
He knows, Donald Trump knows what he's doing, bro. When he puts stuff like that, people feed into it now. It's just another way
people
for him
already
to
started
divide.
feeding into it. Remember, you put it in the chat. I was like, here go black people.
Oh, yeah, you did
more
say that.
Black people putting against other black people against each other.
You did.
I think, like, when it comes down to it, Donald Trump, he just using the public as his pawns because he know what they're going to go for. He know what they're going to bite at. You know what I'm saying? He's petty. He held on to that bum shit all the way until something happened with LeBron.
That's what I was
saying. And then he was like, oh, now is a perfect time.
Yep.
Now you're going to try to insult this man's character after he did something great for generations to come, bro. And then you're going to try to include another black man. So now what you're doing is, all right, now I'm going to have these black folks debate about that and take what I said, and I'm going to make people think Jordan fucks with me because I'm a Republican. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like he's trying to get Jordan's
Jordan quickly
denounced it.
Yeah, he tweeted. Jordan quickly tweeted and said, I support. I saw Shannon kind of break it down. He's like, why would you say LJ? Why? Like, Shannon was kind of making it like this was Jordan's time to be like really like vocal about what Trump said against Trump or whatever, but he's like he didn't like the way Michael Jordan basically answered it. I don't really have a big problem with what Michael Jordan did. He just showed like I support LJ, which is LeBron James, and what he does for his community and whatever.
I'm just happy he said something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I
feel
like he could.
People still picking at it. Like,
yeah, people.
LeBron James said, he said, I'm happy that I like what LeBron James is doing for his community. I'm like, people was like, oh, so it's his community. It's not ours, huh?
You see people.
Yo, it's his, huh? So but that's not part of your community too, huh?
I just thought it was funny how he just tried to get like. He just tried to co-sign Jordan without Jordan's consent. So Jordan was like,
"Yeah, Jordan, like, let me clear this up. I'm gonna stand this side by side with you."
Like you said about Donald Trump, I think he is smart. Because I'd be a liar if I said when he made that tweet, it make me think about Jordan. Like, yo, is he?
Is he dead? Is he on his side?
Did he vote for this nigga? Like,
it worked.
Yeah,
definitely
he knows how to manipulate people's brains, son.
But if people don't know, there's a lot more stuff going on with Donald Trump, especially with the stuff that just came out this week.
With the Russian.
About his Trump Tower meeting that his Donald Trump Jr. had.
What happened with that?
Donald Trump Jr. basically had a meeting in the Trump Towers about, I think last year, 2017, with some Russian constituents. And basically lied about what they were talking about in that meeting. They lied maybe about 9 times. They did like a track timeline of how many times they lied about it, how many times they lied about it, and then it came out this week, and Donald Trump confirmed, like, yeah, it was a meeting that we have the Russians. It was for me to get information on Hillary, but this is not illegal, blah, blah, blah. But basically, he lied about it. Boldface lied about it about 8 or 9 times, and now the news came out this week, and now he confirmed it that, yeah, it was about that, blah, blah, blah. So
how many more years we got?
Bro, this is treason. This is fucking
conspiracy.
This is, he did a lot of shit that presidents ain't supposed to do, bro.
He got away with it.
And like
zillion times.
And then bro, we sleeping with the enemy, bro. Like literally, we got Russia running our country, bro.
It's crazy.
Like seriously. Because they caught 13 Russian spies or something like that over here.
Putin love that nigga.
Yeah, they besties.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta think about it, man. He's smart. That's why he plays these kind of chess moves to make people think about other shit.
He changed the narrative. Every time he feels like he's gonna be attacked, he changed the narrative real quick.
Like, hey, look at LeBron and Jordan.
Look at how he ran his campaign. He ran his campaign on making people fight each other. That's what he incited. He incited that. That's like, think about it. And during his campaign run, he never even spoke about issues. He just spoke about other people, like, you know, this
the Mexicans and
he talked
all
about
the other nonsense shit that people
things that people he knows that incites people. You know what I mean? That's
he makes you react off of emotion instead of logic.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying?
He won strictly off prejudice. That's crazy.
Which is disgusting, man. It's just terrible, terrible, terrible. You know, I have words for Donald Trump.
Where do we go
keep
from
this
here?
Clean.
Where do we go from here?
I don't know, but anybody but him, son.
I'm just saying, like, where do we go from here, son? Like, it's gonna be like
it's just the beginning.
The beginning of what?
I hope
Nigga,
we
got
2 years left.
Yeah, we have a long time to go.
Damn, it's only been 2 years. It feel like he been in office for like 10 years, bro.
Because every day is something different.
Nah,
bro.
it feel like he was in office way longer than 2 years, bro.
Well,
like he's fucking
2
shit
years
up.
felt like it's going by pretty fast for me, and I hope it goes. The next 2 years goes by.
Not
fast.
really.
Shit feel like a drag, bro. I felt like we almost got hit by meteorites and all this shit while he was in office.
But I do think
like
about
the
that.
worst
I
shit
do think
happened.
about that also. I'm like, yo, after him, like who?
Doesn't matter nowadays.
And I'm like on the fence
Nigga
too.
said don't
I kind
matter.
of like.
Anybody
I
else?
kind of like the fact that he's like, he's trying to like cover it up, but he's like an openly racist, as opposed to like most of our prior presidents were racist also, but it was like disguised.
Let's keep it on the low.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see like face to face that you're, you know,
Both
really,
racist.
Yeah,
He's exposing a lot of other races too.
Did y'all peep that coonery ass meeting he had with those black preachers? I mean, those black preachers though. That was
real talk.
coonery
I
ass
seen
forgot about
meeting,
that,
the
bro.
video.
I almost forgot about that.
I didn't look at the video.
Django 20 plus,
Nigga
bro.
said you're the most pro-black president we
Yo,
ever
bro.
had.
bro.
I promise you,
What?
I watched
Yeah,
I watched the
didn't see it, but
caption.
I didn't-
I seen
exactly.
the video. I watched the caption, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look at this because I'm gonna get tight.
First of all,
Where did
I'm
he
gonna get
find these
upset.
black people?
the stipulation
Nigga.
of the meeting was that they couldn't even ask any questions. So he had. Why would you go? First of all, why would you go into a meeting knowing the black community has so many questions that you can't even ask him any questions? So you just got to sit
That's the
there and
setup.
praise the nigga for about an hour, and that's exactly what they did, calling him the most pro-black president of all presidents. Like, it was disgusting. It was
That check probably
Bro, it
nice.
was
nasty.
Caucasian people looking like what? Like
Like,
really?
Y'all niggas is lying. son. We don't even believe that nigga.
And it's sad that it's the church. Yo, he's using religion. He's making a mockery out of religion, out of the presidency, out of the government,
sports.
Law enforcement, everything,
He's
bro.
doing that whole divide. He's dividing people,
divide and conquer.
dividing people through sports as well. That's the corny part. It's just like, damn, bro, you making.
That's like stooping to the lowest of low.
Yeah.
Like
But-
you never
but-
thought you would like a president would do something like that. You know what I
We
mean?
looking at it as it's low, but he's just exposing like, look, they fake. They Christians and they black and da-da-da, and look at they worshiping me.
Oh, they sell out, basically.
They sell out for this cash.
Cash.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the money, dog.
I'm thinking like, where did he find them? Like, who are they? Like,
Trump supporters.
A lot of them are well-known
Like-
pastors, though. Well-known black pastors in their community. So that's the most.
And he be
They got
stooping
the
like
mega
to the
churches.
lowest
Need
of
to
lows.
watch
Like
that
he
shit.
finds a pastor to say these things. Like you couldn't find like a regular black person, but the pastor is the most credible. So like, if the pastor says it, then y'all people are gonna or our people are gonna believe it. It's crazy.
No, they don't.
you know, that's what the slave masters did. They had a slave go around a pastor, and the pastor was teaching the slaves what the white pastor wanted them to teach to the rest of them.
Man, that's
And it's all brainwashing. He's doing the same thing, bro.
house. You know the last word
Yeah.
for that one.
House jiggers.
We gonna keep this thing rolling while we still in the sports section. This one hit me hard. I know Quicks threw this one out there. This one was devastating when I seen the number. I just really can't even. I'm looking at the number now and I still
Same
can't
for
believe
me.
it. Blake Griffin loses his child support case and has to end up paying $258,000 a month in child support. Oh my God. Oh my God, $258,000 a month in child support. I don't even know how many kids is it. If this for one
child,
kid,
bro.
No way.
for one,
I think it's one child. I got it. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even remember, but I think it's one child.
Bro,
outstanding.
no child. I don't care if you Michael Jackson, bro. No child is worth that amount of money each
not
month.
about worth,
bro.
but it's
no,
just in
it's
general.
worth. That's what they're going based off. Your lifestyle means I have to pay this every month. Come on, man.
He is making what, like 20,000.
That's beside the point,
I was just
bro.
about to say how much.
I mean,
you make
20
now?
million a year.
That's beside the point, bro. 200.
250K.
$258,000.
So was there
Bruh.
was there a cap for this or not?
No, that's
No
what,
cap,
that was
nigga.
part of my question. Like,
Yo, his cap.
should child support have a cap on it? Like, what's the name? Khalees agreed to like $50,000 a month from Nas or whatever, and then she went back to say, I want to go get some more. I'm like, Jesus Christ, $50,000 is not enough.
So would
a month?
Would it be based
So
on?
he signed that deal. She went back for more. What was
Exactly.
that? A $10 million. What was that deal for with Nas
He got
again?
$1 billion
Yo.
off that medical app.
He didn't get a full
thing.
billion.
No, but
Not
that
him.
gets sold for that, and he
Yeah.
had a big portion of
Yeah,
ownership.
To answer your question,
Yo, he been doing
only,
a whole lot of getting them kind of money.
only thing I could possibly think of with that is it probably would depend on your tax bracket. To me,
No, it does because he's making what
that would be
Griffin
the
is-
only thing.
It's like I feel like what they take. Well, I don't
I
know
mean,
anybody.
it's
I don't
still
know.
high, but
Nobody
to
here
me,
got
that's
child support. I'm
crazy.
assuming, but how much did they take? Like 15% of your check?
I don't know.
Nah, it got to be more than that, bro.
Nah, it goes according to how much you
Nah,
make.
Do the math.
How
It goes
much-
according to how much you make.
258,000 times 12.
Just do the math.
It goes according
That's
to
not
how,
even
how
10
much
million,
that
I
person
think.
makes.
That's a lot of bread.
That's
bro.
why
It's
he's
not even 10 million.
That's why she's getting the amount that she's getting. It all depends on the amount that he makes.
But look,
he makes
she-
a lot a year.
Even
He
though
makes-
it's going to the kid, it's going to her. You know what I'm saying?
Of
And
course.
she didn't take one jump shot, bro.
He wasn't shooting.
Like,
He wasn't shooting the jab.
She don't deserve that, bro. And I'm not saying, like, in that case, why didn't he get custody of the kid? Like, why is it you always just gotta pay? Like,
It's always hard for the guy, especially if the girl's like not sick or not on drugs or anything like that.
But
It's really
he's the
hard to
provider.
separate. Yeah,
He got money, and
He
I
got
don't.
it.
So
Nah, that's still a lot of
Yeah.
bread, bro. I can't,
that's a lot of
I can't
bread.
imagine
That's a lot of
money,
bread.
bro.
That's
That's
a
$1
lot.
million every quarter.
every 4 months the little baby makes $1 million.
Hey,
Every 4 months.
Well,
It-
quarter in a month.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's crazy, bro.
So Sweet's definitely on these athletes and how they've been getting their butts kicked lately. Lately, a lot of athletes have been getting killed for things they have posted and content that they have posted on social medias and stuff like that from years and years back. You know, it's coming back to haunt them and bite them in their ass lately. I know there was a football player, I think it was.
White boy?
Yeah, the white boy. He had posted something he seen on South Park or one of those shows. It was kind of racially biased, and now it's coming back to bite him in the ass. And, you know, they're talking about him, you know, him possibly being racist or coming from a racist family, et cetera, et cetera. But just directed this question to you guys as far as, do you think what you post on social media should be held against you when it comes to, you know, finding employment or, you know, any other life kind of issues that you decide to take later on? Do you feel like these things should be held against you when it comes to social media?
Yes. I do believe that.
Really?
I do believe that. Depending on what it is, I definitely believe that. I see a lot of people. It's like you get in trouble. Like, all right, this is a far stretch, I guess, of a comparison. But people get fired for domestic violence. People get fired for just getting arrested. Maybe a drunk driving and they got arrested. People get fired for that type of shit. It's like they get fired for a lot of stuff. Well, you should, even though you might have been a child, you said some really offensive tweets 6 years ago. Because even with the white boy that came in, that was in the draft, as a quarterback. I forgot his name.
I know you're talking
He
about.
went to Buffalo. He said like, the white skin is the right skin. He said nigger with an ER in a couple of his tweets. And this is back like 6 years ago when he was in high school. But it doesn't matter. You're 22 now, and at the end of the day, like he caught a lot of flack for that. So I was happy that he caught flack for that because y'all feel like I could tweet whatever. And I know you might be young, but you got to understand what the decisions you make now is going to affect your future.
I don't think that's fair though. Like,
Yeah,
not
it's
that
fair.
situation because that was extreme.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should be held accountable for what you said at 17 when you're, 25.
Sorry, I do.
30. Because, look, it depends on how that person, your employer, take that post. So, what if I'm wearing a Black Panther shirt? And then they'll be like, oh, I feel like that's promoting
racist.
Black power and you're
I wouldn't
radical.
see the thing. I wouldn't have a problem with that because at the end of the day, even if I had a Black Panther shirt, this is what I believe in. That doesn't mean I'm calling you a white cracker or I'm not saying all that stuff. If he's saying
But
white
there's
cracker,
people that got
that's a
fired
little more.
for like we was having that conversation about the white power shirt and the black power shirt. So like, if the white kid is wearing a white power shirt and I'm wearing a black power shirt, I do know and understand the history of it, but I'm just trying to put it in the context. Like you can't be like, oh, okay, well, you had on this Black Panther shirt, so that means you're a radical and you're going to be hard to deal with.
Funny thing is, if they feel that way, I don't mind getting fired from that job. I feel like it's like no matter if you're black, white, equal. You post something 6 years ago, it can be held against you 6 years after. And at the end of the day, if it's something I believe in and it's literally like it's not being like I'm not combating another race. It's just something I believe in. I don't think the Black Panthers was fully like just combating white people. They were just protecting their own people. If it was combating, it might have fell into that line because of what they had to deal with at the time. But I still believe in it. I'm like, if I'm a Black Panther today, 6 years later, I'm probably still going to have those same beliefs that I had six years prior.
But sometimes your belief could cause you to lose a job. Like if, let's say I wanted to work in the fashion industry, right? And I'm like, well, you know, I'm a heterosexual male. I like women or whatever the case may be. And then somebody say something like, yo, well, you saying you like being straight. Is there something against being gay? Like, you know, people do the spin. No, but
that's fishing.
People do that a lot now,
If I posted 6 years ago homosexual, like, tweets that's like really against homosexuals, then I should be like looked at as like, yo, you're in the fashion industry, you work with homosexuals and you hated homosexuals 6 years ago. Speak up, what's going on? But and if you fired me for that, then that's on me. It's so sensitive
now, bro. You can't even tell like how you offended somebody.
See, me, I kind of you're right. It can get ridiculous, but at the end of the day, rules change, laws change, everything's changing as times pass. So if you made a mistake back then, I'd be looking for ways to delete all my old tweets because I have old tweets where it's just like I was real immature.
Okay. Stop right there. I was waiting for him to say that.
I was just waiting for you to say that. I'll be looking at shit that I said like 7 years ago. I'm like, that was me.
Yes. Listen. I was waiting for him to use that word because I was gonna say, I don't know if my shit sound cliche, but I'm gonna say this in the most general terms. I feel a lot of things that you may say in the past is because of your maturity. It goes back to your age. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times when we're young, we're thinking wild shit. We're not really thinking before we type or before we tweet.
That's a fact.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I look at a lot of my old stuff. I'd be like,
I'm telling you, and I feel like maturity plays a part of it. And I also believe in giving second chances because you probably said something and now you're at a point where you're at a platform. It's like now you're thinking like, damn, I fucked up. I should have never said that.
Exactly.
So now you are able to get a second chance to actually, you know, either one, defend yourself, or two, you know, you could you could apologize for it. But I just feel like you at that platform to make a difference or say something different, or you know, if something that you said in the past, you know, you want to be forgiven, I think you should be able to get that chance to speak on it. So that's how I feel.
And the thing is with me, if I was in a position where people went back to my old tweets, I would understand because I'm not against that. I'm
if anything,
for
you
that.
should expect that.
Exactly. So I will understand, and just like everybody else who's in the same position, they gotta do some type of press conference where they're explaining how immature, how they were at the time. True. If you wanna accept that and keep me hired as whatever position you gave me, that's fine. If you don't, then that's just something I'll just eat and just move on from.
Live with it. Facts.
How you feel about it, Rel?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like nowadays social media is part of you. It's part of your resume. What you choose to put on there is going to be, you know, part of your life now. I don't know if I would hold it to the standard of, you know, what I said when I was 15. Now that I'm looking for a job at 26, that it should be held against me. But if you have to answer to it, you have to answer to it. But I don't think when you're young and you're like Hypa said, when you're young and you're at a certain age, you don't really have the development mentally to know what you're doing or what you're saying and how can it can affect your life if you don't have that parent over you watching every little thing you do. So, I mean, I feel like I understand it, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like it should be held against you when it comes to, you know, going from a teenager to a young adult. It's kind of a drag if you bring it all the way there. But, I mean, everybody's opinion can be different on it. How you feel about it, Joe?
The way I feel about it is I feel like you shouldn't be judged for something that you said back then, but I think there should be a sense of accountability.
Yeah, I believe so.
Like, you should, like, you can't, like, something I said from 18, like 15 or something like that. It's like, I'm a teen. I still don't really fully know myself yet.
Yeah.
So you can't, like, I'm 31 right now. So it's like, you're going to blame me for something 15 years ago. Like, I don't know. What I know now, I didn't know what I knew then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of like learning I had to do from what I knew back then. So it's like, I'll be accountable from what it is. I mean, I could say I was being young, I was stupid or whatever like that, or I didn't know. So I could take accountability for it, but you can't really judge me off that. Like, for say something, for you to judge me for something I said 15 while I'm 31. I mean, you got to remember, we all evolve. Like, we become sophisticated individuals after a while. You know what I mean? Or wiser.
Yep.
So it's like
mental growth. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm a little on the fence with that. So let's compare your words with your actions. Do the same things apply when it comes to action? Because it's like, all right, you can't hold me accountable for saying something crazy when I was 15, but now if I stab somebody when I was 15, is my excuse for like, I was 15 years old, like my mind wasn't fully developed. Does that get a pass?
Nope. It depend on the circumstance, or the level of the situation
of the law. Like, do you get charged as a minor? You get a pass, right?
People are getting their whole life tarnished for shit they said in the past. So it's like almost as effective as doing physical shit.
Yeah. But see, we in a state right now where like, you're not even allowed to make a mistake ever in your life now,
OD.
Bro. Like,
everything is documented.
You can't you cannot make, like, if you did something at 8, you're being known for that. Like, now this is the era we're in. Before, you was able to make mistakes and grow and learn from it or whatever. Now it's just one shot deal.
Nitpick shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you remember that one time you called that girl fat and fat shame, and now you got everybody protesting. Like, it's like, god damn, like, my bad. That was
that ass.
Word. What the fuck?
Right. I love fat girls
that's
now.
The shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact, though. We changing up like that.
Watch out for the
you know what I'm saying? It's crazy right now, man. But you should have some type of accountability, but at the same time, I don't think you should lose everything you if you learn from it and you didn't repeat that.
Yeah.
You should be allowed to grow.
That's
bro.
well said. Well said.
That part.
Well said.
Yo, the way the world or America, the way the direction is going in, it's a lot of things, a lot of unthinkable and outlandish shit that's happening now that we think is crazy, that within years is going to be normalized.
Yeah, like not speaking your mind, not being opinionated. Everybody's gonna be so afraid of like the Me Too movement from everything. You got regular language is gonna be politically correct, but that's sad because I feel like we could never move on as people because it's like conversations aren't ever gonna be had if we're all afraid to
express ourselves.
Not even just express ourselves to like. Everybody's so sensitive on certain things or like appalled when you say something. How are we going to know how you really feel about something if I can't even ask you it? You know what I mean? Like how, like I could say, like how can a straight person and a gay person have dialogue and really understand each other if they don't really have real conversations about, like, if a straight person can't ask a gay person, yo, why you feel that way? Why do you like men? Like, why? Like, as soon as you say that, they're gonna look at you like, "Oh, I'm appalled." That's something you should never tell somebody. Like,
that's the
never
state.
We're never gonna progress.
There's never gonna be no understanding.
Yeah, therefore we're never gonna progress. Be like, okay, I could have a gay friend, but there's certain questions I can't even ask them because maybe I'm inquisitive. Maybe I want to know. Maybe if you tell me how you feel, I could be like, you know what, I can understand that. You know what I mean? But we can't even have these conversations.
I don't think like. This day and age that people don't talk about it?
Hell no, nobody talk about it because they're afraid.
The proper context.
Yeah, they're afraid it's harassment. They're afraid it's they're afraid it's
judging.
Not even just judging, but
if
like
you say yeah, this guy, oh, you're gay. What made you become gay? That alone could come off like
you homophobic.
This is me. This is my life.
Even if it's just
he's just.
Why he had to put on that voice though?
I'm just saying.
But let's say
Shut up.
But let's say the person is your friend. Are you saying you can't have a conversation?
No, with
people
a
are
friend,
afraid to have.
People are afraid.
You've had a gay. You have a gay friend before, right?
I mean,
Okay,
Nigga, it is what it is.
I'm asking yes or no. Do you feel?
It's okay, bro.
Yeah. All right,
Nah,
so,
we can't even laugh because
Okay.
now it's gonna
So
come off
if-
like we laugh.
So if you had a gay, so if you had a,
LGBT. Shout out to the LGBT.
so if you had a
Shout out to
gay friend,
everybody, love.
if you had a gay friend, do you feel
No.
comfortable asking them?
No.
And that's sad, son.
No.
That's
I
sad.
don't know, but I think it might be
You
the
feel
older
comfortable
generation.
asking them what?
that yo,
What-
why do you like, or when did you know you like men? Like, what made
No,
you
that's
feel?
not a problem.
Okay.
Or-
Yo, what's named?
No, I'm telling you.
Yo,
But
Chance Brother was on Breakfast Club this morning, and
Yeah.
you know Chance Brother's openly bisexual for like the last year.
Uh-huh.
He was talking about all that. So
yeah,
like,
but I mean,
I feel like it's
certain
becoming
platforms-
more easy to talk about. Like it's
But
more
some people-
acceptable, especially like now in today's age. It's like
I think
maybe a
it's more open.
smidge, maybe
It's
just
a little
a little
Nah,
bit
It's a
because
little
then,
open.
But-
then
because-
you got,
Kinda a
you
lot,
got
bro.
people that
because
are
people
so
got to worry about it.
So now you're basically saying, like you said, even if
What?
it's a little smidge, but so right now you kind of have to filter what you're gonna ask or how you're gonna ask it.
I feel like that's sad. Like, I can't have a. If you're my friend, I feel like you should know I don't mean no malice towards you. So I should be able to ask you these questions. But if I feel like, I gotta wonder how I gotta tell you this
How I
because
formulate this
Yeah,
question.
like that's sad. We're never gonna get to the crevice of the problem. Like, we're never gonna get to it because it's like
But the
okay.
thing
Say I
is-
have a black and a white, not even gay. Let's say a black and a white. Oh, maybe a white person want to know how it, like, why you so upset with the word nigga. Like, they want to know, like, you know what I mean? Like, he knows he's not supposed to say it because, you know, you're not supposed to say it.
Yeah.
But, like, maybe he'd really understand more, like, to a
that's
point
it.
where, like,
if
yo.
you break it down.
Yeah, if you really break it, like, this is why you should never say it. This is why I feel a way about it. You know what I mean? So maybe they'll understand it more. But we can't. They're afraid to have that conversation because, yo, they feel like as soon as they ask you that, you're going to smack the shit out of them.
yo, you ever like I worked the wedding on Sunday, right, which was yesterday. And like every popular song had nigga, and it was a mixed wedding, Spanish.
You was looking
I
at
would
the, you looking-
have
looking at
asked,
the ellipsis,
what were
see
you
the-
saying?
Yo,
What were you thinking?
Nah, it was just like
They when
I
it comes
felt
when it comes to the
funny.
music, they sing it, bro.
no, I wasn't worried about them singing it. They wasn't really even singing it, but I felt like a lot of songs was just like it was just nigga, like it was just a lot. So
Made
I'm
you
just,
feel uncomfortable?
I felt uncomfortable
I
for
could
so many
imagine.
white people to be in the
I
room.
could imagine.
And it was like it was white. It was a black guy and a Spanish girl, but I guess she had a lot of white people on her side of the family.
Or it could have been him with the lighter white people.
Yeah, maybe so. But just in general,
I'm
it was
just
a
being
lot of
stupid.
white people and a lot of black people. But the black people so comfortable, they dancing, they having a great time. And then the white people, they dancing, having a great time too. But like I'm just listening. I'm specifically feel a little uncomfortable that it's so much nigga being said in the song, and I'm just looking at them like.
They probably like
Like,
see
they
it.
not singing
Y'all
it,
getting
they not
mad when
saying
we
it,
doing
but it's just
'cause
like-
we hearing it all day too.
Yeah, sometimes you kind
It's-
of it kind of get to the point where it's just like, am I
It's-
not supposed? I can't
Bro,
sing this
that's
song.
what
sad.
me and Ro was saying last
No,
time,
after
bro.
a while,
kinda
but it's
sad.
so
It's
much.
like-
That's why.
You can't deny it. It's part of our culture. That's part of our culture. It's sad to say. Like, it's fucked up to say, but it's the truth. Like it, just like the word bitch. Like, it's fucked up to say, and hopefully we don't
Girls
take it
can
out of
say it.
context.
Yeah, we don't
but,
violate.
Yeah, but it's part of our culture. It's you know what I mean. This is what we grew up on.
And it's crazy because a girl will always be quick to
Bitch.
But that's
Hey,
the
bitch.
thing. I
Bitch.
think,
Stop
I
on-
think
stop with that shit.
You
man.
join in and be like, yeah, bitch.
They'd be like, what?
they did the same thing. They did the same thing we did. We took the negative word and turned it into a positive. That's
Yeah.
why they're allowed to say it to each other, because when they say bitch, it's like a term of
Like,
endearment.
I would
Yeah,
never in
homegirl.
my
Nah,
life.
there ain't no term of it.
Well,
I mean,
Homegirl,
never
your
in my
life
life
what?
say that, but
Homegirl,
they
I
your
would
life
never in my
what?
life
They
say
made it
that,
that
like,
way, bro.
engage in a conversation with my girl and her friends. Like, yeah, y'all bitches is crazy.
You can't do it.
Hold
bro.
on, hold on, hold on,
You
hold on.
can't do
All
it.
right, let's keep it a buck. You never ever said, yo, you never called a girl a bitch ever.
Out of anger, yeah.
Okay, so I'll tell you.
No.
That's what I'm trying to
I'm talking about never in a
I
way.
would never
I'm
call
talking
a
about,
female a
I'm
bitch.
talking about never in a way where it's like they joking and laughing like, bitches, like, y'all bitches is crazy. It's none of that, bro.
I'm
You
not
can't
gonna
do
lie.
that.
But sometimes in my head, I'm not even gonna front.
Of course you're gonna say it in
Sometimes,
your
yeah,
head.
Not even sometimes in your head, but I don't mean bitch towards you, but I'd be like,
Right.
these bitches is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm not
That's
gonna
just
lie.
see you even whispering.
Yeah. That's my point. But I'm not gonna act like I don't say it, but it's like I don't mean any malice towards it. But it's just like sometimes you see some. Damn.
Real talk. I probably collectively told 2 women that like twice my whole life, bro.
It was one girl
tried to smack you?
long time ago.
It just feels OD disrespectful just calling them that, bro. So
I mean, you know what it is with me too. I'm not gonna lie, which kind of sounds like ignorant, but like when I use it, I probably like I try not to use it like to a point to like degrade a woman. You know what I mean? Like
I think we said it
it's fucked up to say. I know it sounds ignorant, but it's like yo, when like I said, like you know how you'd be like yo, you see like 2 crazy like 2 girls fighting over there. These bitches.
I think
crazy.
we said
like,
I think we said
I don't say it like
in a comic.
Yeah,
type
I don't
of,
like to like. I'm not gonna come to you a bitch. Like damn, that's fucked
I
up.
ain't gonna lie, I mean it with all malice.
Damn.
Nah. But listen, I could agree because. When I say I could agree with June. Because,
I'm about to say you agree with me.
No, I could agree with June because
you mean with all balance too?
Because it's like sometimes if let's say if me and wifey watching like fucking Love and Hip Hop or some shit like
these bitches is stupid.
Baby, these bitches is crazy. She be like, yo, you right? These bitches are crazy. You know
But
what I'm saying?
I mean it like that. Like I don't compare like bitches is bitches to me and women are women. Like it's not a like if I see a woman, I'm not gonna call her a bitch.
Right.
But if you on TV acting ratchet and throwing babies out the window and shit and acting stupid and talking ratchet, hey, you a bitch. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, let's get rid of the bitch talk.
Get rid of these bitches.
Shout to all my ladies.
Wait, get rid of these bitches.
Shout to all I said the bitch talk. So shout to all my ladies, man.
Shout out to the real women, not the bitches.
Yes. Well, while we in that area right now, I want to ask you guys this very deep question that a lot of guys go through back and forth. Could you date a woman with multiple kids? And while you dating a woman with multiple kids, do you feel like, or would you feel like, the whole baby father issue is a threat to you, or it can cause a problem to you? How you feel about that?
I want to definitely start by saying, with the baby father issue, I think it has to be 2 things. Number 1, the mother of the child got to set the tone. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, she has to be able to separate the boyfriend or the husband. She got to set the rules within those 2. So she has to be able to say, you know, at the end of the day, I'm with you, but that's my child's father. With all due respect, you know, she got to make sure she set the tone. And 2, I feel it has to be an understanding, because sometimes you may be the boyfriend and you come across the baby father, but there got to be some type of understanding among both men. Like, you know what, we're gonna cross paths, we're gonna see each other sometimes, but don't think you could come and disrespect me or say anything to me in any type of shape or form. I think if these 2 things are set, it shouldn't be a problem. But nothing in life is perfect.
What happens when one person goes
That's a dream
off?
situation.
Exactly.
I'm listening to him. I'm like, yo, bro.
That's
a dream thing.
Never be happening.
That's a perfect answer.
But
but he's right.
That would be the logic answer.
That's ideal.
That's the ideal, but
that ain't the deal.
But at the same time, it's like why
when the baby father go over the line though? That's like
that's what I'm saying. It's like why does. For me, I feel like at some point it's like either intimidation or some type of, you know, it could be fear, it could be credibility, it could be status level. Ego. Why does it have to? Why can't it just be a mutual understanding? That's what I want.
You just answered your question.
Yeah.
What you mean?
That's why. All the reasons why.
Okay. Then I guess that's what it is. But to me, I just feel like that's kind of corny.
You feel like some baby fathers feel entitled.
I didn't answer the first part of the question. Can you date
a woman with multiple kids?
I used to be closed-minded and say I wouldn't, but you know, it goes back to
could be one.
It goes back to what I was just saying earlier.
Still thinking about
like you growing up and you understanding life, how life works. You know, you may come across a situation where you may like a girl, and she has kids, and you know the understanding of you're not only gonna be with her, but you're also gonna
be with her kids.
Define multiple.
No,
like two or more.
They can have one. They can have
two or more.
Well, okay,
I'm not talking about one.
Two
or more.
Multiple. Let me ask you that. What's
one,
the difference between
you're not
multiple
talking about
and
one?
plural though?
Multiple kids. That means more than one.
Yeah.
Bro.
No, obviously, but what's the
difference?
What's the difference with one child or if they have one child or if they have two? Obviously, but if they have one child or if they have two child with
two children,
how does it change that dynamic?
How does it change the dynamic with only one and them having 2 kids?
Elaborate. I don't know.
One off top is you have one more mouth to feed.
Yeah.
If you're choosing to be with a woman that has one kid, you might be able to make a kind of a bonding relationship with that one kid. You only have to deal. You know what I'm saying? You only have to deal with that one kid, and you might be able to deal with that. But when she has more than one kid. Now there's two kids' personalities that you have to deal with. There's two kids that you gotta, make sure they mouths are getting fed, and so it's a bit different situation. When
I understand economically, like I can understand that situation, but
that's the
I
biggest
didn't think,
part of it.
I didn't think the question. I thought the question was really about the relationship between the girl, the boyfriend, and the baby father. I didn't really put.
No, it's both. It's both. It's both. It's a double question.
Yeah, but I didn't think about I didn't really think about the situation with the kids.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I didn't think about it economically. I was just thinking about like the dynamic of the girl, the boyfriend, and the baby father.
Oh, okay.
That's how I was looking at it.
Okay. Yeah, you can look at it both ways.
Because that's why I'm like, well, I mean.
So how long is the guy that's talking to the girl with the kids and the baby father? How long? Well, her new boyfriend or a new talk buddy, whatever the case.
What?
How long are they talking? Because it's like.
I feel like there's a lot of stipulations.
It matters because you could be talking to her for like 2-3 months, and certain women believe like I don't want my kids seeing me. It could be the dating stage, and she doesn't want her kids seeing multiple men come back and forth.
I think the question was based on like you're already in it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
dating
saying?
her.
Like,
that's
it's already
possible. That's
set.
gonna be a hubby. You're gonna be hubby.
Yeah, you're dating
you
her.
around for the long haul. Like it's a dub.
I mean,
you planning to wife it.
If I'm planning to wife it, then I gotta take what she comes with, and she has kids, so I'm gonna have to include the kids in my life too. There's no like, I'm gonna be married to you, but when I come around, you gotta drop your kids off at your baby father crib, and then when you know what I mean.
Since you guys do have kids, do you feel like you can be the baby father that chooses to say, you know what, yeah, you can. I
feel like
if you did break up with your significant other, that you can be that baby father that say, yeah, all right, you can move on and
you're the man in the house.
Comfortable with
that
it.
I'm not there.
I don't know if I'm speaking for both of us, but I feel like it's easier for us to say yes because
speak for me too.
I feel like it's easier for us to say yes because we have kids, so it's like more understanding. I mean, that's how I feel. It's like, you know what, I got my own daughter. If you got another son, if you have a son or a daughter or whatever the case may be, I'm off top, I already know how to deal with kids. So it's just like, all right, I got 2 now or 3 now. So it's like.
Damn,
but looking at it from the opposite, look at like I think what Rel was saying was looking at it like your daughter or your child. And a dude
guys
is
are the
coming
baby
in a
father.
situation.
And now
it's a new dude. A new dude is coming.
Your wife.
We not
So
the new
basically,
nigga.
we the baby fathers. We the baby fathers. That was his. That
How
was just
we
his
feel
question.
about
the new
Your ex.
nigga. Dub, bro. Dub, nigga.
He's the baby father. He's the irate baby father.
Yeah, you the nigga with the drama.
Hey, but look,
Don't bring him around me. I don't want those nigga names.
But see, why is that? Why?
Because nigga, like I feel like you taking
uncomfortability.
It's not even that. It's like,
but that's
I don't want to watch no next nigga take my space. It's like, do that. It's. I mean, if I gotta real talk, if I gotta accept it, I'm gonna have no choice but to accept it. I'm not gonna like body the nigga.
If you watching the next nigga
but
take
it's
your
not
space,
gonna,
go get your space.
I'm not gonna like.
He might not want to be in that space. He probably just want to.
So if he doesn't want to watch the next man take his space,
hold on. It's one of those. It's like I will tolerate it, but it's not gonna be no easy road. Like hey, what's going on? You gonna?
But why wouldn't you make it easy?
Why y'all can't be cool?
I mean, because I'm just that kind of nigga, bro.
Okay. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure it out because what I was gonna say, like,
try to play June.
What I was saying,
try to pull a June right now.
So imagine this.
No, wait.
Talk about it.
I got a question.
Speak about it.
Wait. Get my heart.
Nah, what I'm saying is, like, of course, I feel like I wouldn't be able to date a girl with children or a child or whatever the case may be and feel secure. What I mean by that is I feel like, honestly, no dude is ever going to be comfortable with letting another dude play daddy to their child.
Duh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm saying. I would never do it because that's always going to be an issue.
Always, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's never going to be a situation where 2 dudes will be like, look, man.
Yo, but I'll be honest with you. There are a lot of situations where
they are.
Like, at the end of the day, people aren't with each other no more, and they're comfortable with the person that they with because they know.
I'm just speaking about me. Like, I just feel like I would.
Because you was generalizing it. You was like, a lot of dudes is not going to do this.
I just wouldn't feel comfortable with it because I know if it was vice versa, I wouldn't be very cool with another dude being the man of the house, and that was my house, and that's my kid.
With your kid, yeah. Don't forget the kid.
You
part.
know that's a big role, bro.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, it's not about you being comfortable. This is reality.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I said.
It's
That's
like-
why I said if
there's
push comes to
nothing
shove,
you can do about it.
Yeah, like this is reality.
No,
It's to a point.
I understand that. That's why I'm saying, like, I don't think I would be able to do that because I'm just thinking about
There's
it.
no-
He wouldn't be able.
He's
I
trying
wouldn't-
to say
he
this-
wouldn't be able.
I
He wouldn't be with a
to
girl
be
who
the
has
boy.
multiple kids.
Yeah, because I feel like I couldn't allow myself to be like that. And if we together, I'm territorial. Like, I want my kid to be our first kid.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be.
I was
like,
gonna say the same. thing.
But
Wait, you gotta
let's-
you gotta take into consideration age matters also, because after a certain age, bro, like you're not gonna meet no women with 0 kids, bro.
Actually, you can. It's just
Nowadays,
It's
rare.
just
It's rare.
Is she the
rare.
right one for you? Like,
That's another thing too. And
I know East
Especially
answered the
with
question,
the-
but we didn't really answer the question. June,
What?
would you?
What? Would I what?
Would you date a girl that has a child or children?
If I'm really digging her, or if I like her, I mean, yeah, because I can't control if I really like her a lot. If we have back, just like she got to put up with my shit, I got to put up with her stuff too.
Real,
So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Darren.
I'm kind of on the fence because for me it's just like I got issues when it comes to like I grew up. I'm closed minded. I was closed minded. Now as I'm older, it's just like I would consider it, but then I don't know if I would have a problem because I don't have no kids, and I would want my first child to be my wifey's first child. That was just a bond that I felt like
Yeah.
I want to.
Understandable. Big time.
I want to connect that way. So it's just like I would, but I don't know if I would have a problem with it. Like it's just
Nah,
something you have to get into, and then you'd be like, can I get over this? Can I be a regular?
That's perfectly normal.
Yeah,
Because
like-
even with me, even though I say yes, there's still got like I said, like I think logically, like I gotta think about it too. I gotta know how long she's been with homie. If does she still has feelings for him? You know what I mean? And another thing too is like, say I put myself as the baby father thing. I wouldn't want no boyfriend trying to raise my kid like it's hers, like it's his.
Like it's his.
You know what I mean? Like I don't want my son calling another nigga daddy.
And
Fuck
then
out of
think
here.
about it like this: are you actually ever the man of the house?
Huh?
Are you actually ever the man of the house?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what my biggest issue with this whole thing.
And
is.
how
I
my
gotta
kid
ask his
responds to
permission.
you?
Like, what if I want to pick my family up and move?
Yeah.
Do I gotta? Hey, can we move?
And how you treating my child? How my child is around
You
you?
know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what I mean?
it's.
I think
And
it
then you
depends
gotta
on the-
understand. You gotta understand his thought patterns. So it's
tough. It's a
too
tough
much
dynamic,
for
man.
me.
It's tough.
Ease to deal with. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be able to do it.
You know what it is? It's not a hard yes, but it's not a hard no either for me.
I
So
agree.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it depends.
That's a good answer.
It depends.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
In all
fine.
fairness,
I think it depends on the dude, man. It depends on the dude and what you
Yeah.
can tolerate, what you can deal with,
And the
what you
child
can-
too. The child might be a saint of spawn, nigga.
I mean, that part, yeah, but I feel like you're the one that's choosing to go into it or not to go into it.
Yeah.
So it has a lot to
It's
do with
about you.
But
what
the
you're able
relationship
to-
with the child it has a lot to do
Yeah,
with it
that's
as well.
fine. The first- But the first step is to see if you can even
deal with him.
handle it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
In the future, niggas playing football with your son.
Huh?
Then you got-
Repeat that.
In the future,
Repeat that.
niggas playing football with your son.
Yikes.
Yeah,
the
that
future
that shit
things.
is a lot, bro. I'm just thinking about it now. And then you
It
gotta
is.
think about
Shit.
his family
That's
gonna
a
be
clip right
contacting
there.
her.
But you know what it is, man.
Like,
I respect people
but
with
it
those
has
that do
to
that,
happen,
man.
man.
No,
you
no,
gotta be
I
a
know-
strong
I know
type
it,
of person.
I know it has to.
I know a
happen.
lot
It's
of
gonna
people.
That's
But
part
I'm
of the
just
bother.
like,
Like,
it's
gonna
like,
bother you.
damn, son, I gotta
Yo.
take all this.
Danger. That's a
Like,
clip right there. The future.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, I
So
know
we in
that's actually the reality for
That's
a lot of
jokes.
people, like the actual good co-parenting and not worrying about the whole beefing and back and
like
forth stuff.
with the whole Jada Pinkett and Will Baby Mother, they had like the little red table
Yeah, you know
talk.
that's the first time I found out that shit.
What?
I didn't know he had no other kids besides those
yeah,
two.
he
Yeah,
got
that
like a
first son.
20-something-year-old.
He's a DJ.
I'm
The
bugging.
first son's a
I'm
DJ.
late.
I know
I'm-
that.
And he played
I'm
football.
Yeah, so
Yeah, he was
like
playing
they had a whole red table talk, and I actually saw that. I actually watched it, and it was pretty good. They had a real healthy conversation of why they hated each other at the beginning, how they grew past it, and how. And I was just like, see, when you get older, you start to just say, "Fuck the drama, fuck the beef." At the end of the day, we're
I mean,
gonna
and it
co-parent.
helps that
I love your son like
Will
it's
Smith is
mine,
there.
and the other person loves my kids like it's hers. So
yeah, so
You gotta have that awkward
It helps that
conversation.
Will Smith.
yeah, get out of here. It's
You
just
gotta-
maturity.
Yeah, you gotta have that awkward conversation. That conversation
Yes,
has to
that's
be
what it is.
gotta be had.
Well, appreciate you guys' insight on that.
Rubber
But,
we had a lot to say about that
Yeah.
shit, nigga.
That's a fact. We in
That shit is
we
crazy.
in that same vicinity right now, and I feel like with social media going on and all the stuff that kids and young adults see on social media, the time right now may be changing when it comes to having the birds and the bees kind of conversation with your kid. When do you guys feel like is the right time to have this conversation? Because I feel like now if you don't have it with your kid at a certain time, they're going to have it on their own with social media, because social media is putting so much of the, this kind of stuff in. It's hard to block your kid from seeing all of these kind of things. So do you feel like the time has changed from when we came up till now when it comes to having that discussion with your kids about, the birds and the bees, sex, and all those kind of things?
Parents.
Oh wow!
I knew he was gonna do that. I'm still actually.
I was gonna say Dane-Ja.
I gotta worry about. I got a female.
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm still like real talk, bro. Like I have this thought process every day. Like when I'm pretty sure. I mean, she had these conversations in school because they did the whole. They call it sex ed, but they didn't call it that.
I want to ask
call
you
it health.
They call it it's a different name. Hold on. But then it depends on like men and women, because I feel like me having a daughter, I feel like the mom should engage in that kind of conversation before me. I don't know how far apart. I don't know if it matters, but I'd rather her have those conversations with her mother, and I ease my way into it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm pretty sure she knows more than I think she knows.
That's what I was.
That's a fact. I'm not.
I was just about to ask you.
I'm pretty sure she could. Certain things she say, and I'm just like, "Will you found that out from?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" She's not realizing like she doesn't speak like that around me. And when it comes to like curse, like for example, Beyonce and Jay-Z's "Ape Shit" song, right? Mm-hmm. I don't curse around her at all. Well, I lied. But yeah, I don't curse around her a lot at all. She was like, "Yeah, Daddy, I like that new Beyonce and Jay-Z song, the one that's called Ape with the curse in it." I'm like, "So you know what shit is, huh?"
I mean,
you see what I'm talking about?
She's
like,
she's a teenager, right?
No, bro.
How
How old is she?
She's only 10, bro.
Yeah.
But it's before you know it, I gotta like I said, I really have to think about it. Before you know it, she's 11, 12, and I'm still having the same conversation with you guys. Like I don't know when I should start. So I'm gonna give it a age range, because honestly, this is around the time, sad to say, when kids get sexually active is like around 12, 13. So I say around like 12.
I still feel that the fact that you say that you rather her have these conversations with her mom, but from
female to female, certain things I can't talk like the whole menstrual thing and just sex in general.
From a man, not even a father yet, from a man, because you're a man before you're a father. You're a man. I feel like certain things,
you could prepare her for better than her.
Yeah, as much you might want to
boys or whatever.
Yeah,
I will.
You know what I'm saying?
I will, and I am, but I still feel like. Matter of fact, y'all answer it for me. At 10 years old, do you think I should start talking about sex with?
No.
I agree with the age that you said, 12.
Like 12, right? Like 12.
That's reasonable.
But even if you start stretching it at the end of 11, I was like, I'll get there.
Yo, bro, like real talk. Like I have complications. I'm like, you know what? Yo, even if it's not a whole long conversation, like, can I throw in a little segue just to see where her mind is at? Or sometimes I don't want to jump the gun too much, because next thing you know, I'm doing that, and it's like I didn't know.
You spaz without even realizing.
Not even spaz. It's like I don't want to.
You don't want to give her too much, and then she getting inquisitive about it.
And all the information that I think that I'm easing my way into is the first time she's hearing everything.
At least she heard it first from you instead of learning it on her own.
That's what
or she heard it from at least one of her parents, bro.
No, but father.
I know.
It's just in general. I feel like personally, I wanted to hear it from my own pops.
It's different. That's what I'm saying. From guy to guy, bro. I feel like
it was different.
My
mom.
This is why I'm saying. This is why I'm saying I don't mind my mom having these conversations with the daughter. Just like if I had a son, I think I would talk about it to him a little quicker than her. The same way, like you said, I preferred my father to have these kind of conversations.
But I learned it on my own. But just in general, I would want to Yeah, you're right. I'm a dude, so I can't really.
Did you
really
have
go
these
for it.
conversations with your moms?
Hell no, I learned on my own.
That's how it's
My point
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
My point
Yo,
exactly.
John, you wanted
bro.
to say something? Go ahead. My bad.
No.
But that's the thing. If my moms would even said something, it was just weird talking to my moms about anything about
Nigga,
that.
how you think his
But
daughter
now,
feel?
now you see
You
how
gotta
we
probably
both
look at
feel,
him
bro.
like-
No,
Like-
but it just like I was still would at like I would respect it if she would have just said, "Let me try." My mom just nah.
Like, nigga,
that
I
shit's-
ain't.
that
And
shit's
you was a
awkward,
grown
bro.
man,
Yeah,
probably
that
like,
shit's
well,
awkward.
not a grown man, but she
Yeah.
probably
Awkward
was
as
looking
hell,
at
bro.
like,
I was.
ain't gonna talk to
My
you
mom
about
was
that.
Yo.
like, 16 years, you having sex? Like, because she
Yeah.
found a condom. I was like, you having sex? I was like, no. I was busting ass already. But just in general, I was just
Yeah,
like,
it's like, I don't
no,
wanna
I'm
say
not
that.
talking about
Till-
that.
till
with you.
this day,
Even
my
if
I'm
mom-
sorry.
Till this day, my mom never asked me like nothing's sexual. I be putting her on.
A word?
Dead ass.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie.
That
I,
you got that
I
relationship.
like the image my mom have of me.
yo. The
I
ironic,
ain't doing nothing,
ironic
mama.
situation for me is I had these conversations
Sending
with
this to
my
your
mom's
mom.
way than my pops.
Say it again.
Honestly.
Yeah.
What?
I had these conversations with my moms openly more than my pops.
Maybe that's why you feel the way you feel, and that's why you said what you just said. Because you
I
had
never
these,
had no.
I had these.
conversations
I've
like
never
that.
had.
Not me
I've
either,
never
bro.
had this conversation with
Not a
my pops.
conversation, never.
But my mom's always. You know, I think me being. I'm actually her only child, by the way.
I'm my mom's
on my
only
mom's
child,
side.
too.
So I feel like it was probably an obligation for her to
Yeah.
to ask me questions, anything I wanted. She
That's
wanted
why.
to know. You know what I'm saying? So I think
Like,
Your mom
even
is open minded though,
Exa-
so she's open.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Pop Dukes, we never. She's. I mean.
Yeah. Don't even. I know.
You know.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't want to take it there. So, but anyway, for Danger just spoke about it from his daughter's standpoint. Me, if my son is growing up at this point, I think we had this conversation before. Him growing up at this point, if he wants to know about sex, I feel like I would be a bit more comfortable. But I think my biggest thing would basically have to be about sex and protection. I think that actually might be one of the
I would
biggest factors.
add, for me, I would add in how to treat women.
How to treat women.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because
Oh yeah.
to me,
I've
it's like
almost forgot
sex and protection is great,
Mhm.
but then if you just not treating them right, then it's just like
that. Yeah, I guess that kind of
like
coincides.
facto.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things you got to also teach them on the flip side too, because there's girls out here that would see your little kid that's innocent and try to tame them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And take
Oh,
advantage.
that I definitely got a head start at that. I instilled knowledge, the things to look out for, the signs, things to say. I'm talking about when it comes to men. Like even like when we're out, I'm like, you see anybody, if you ever for whatever reason like you lose sight of me, whatever the case may be, any man, women, and anybody that comes up to you, stay away. Don't say nothing to strangers. If it's not a family member that you don't know, don't approach them. And you got to kind of apply that same thing to like when guys are trying to talk to like Antoinette, baby, look out for this, watch out for that, watch out for that. But those are the conversations I'm going to have with her when I segue into talking about sex.
Going back to what you were saying in the beginning. Honestly, I think you kind of got it the right way. Like honestly, like I feel like when it comes to knowing her body and everything like that, I feel like that's a conversation she should have with her mother.
Her mother,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah.
that part, yeah, like
yeah, like
menstrual
you know what I
stuff
mean.
and
Yeah, but even before that, all that intertwines with each other. So it's like have the conversation with her body and conversation about sex and everything like that. But I feel like you don't want to tell her too. You don't want to tell her too late, but you don't want to tell her too early because another thing you got to be afraid of. You got to be afraid of misinformation. She probably getting her information from just like other kids. Like I remember, like probably like when you was younger, you hearing stories from your friends. You know what I mean? And you start thinking the older you get, it's the dumbest shit you ever heard in your life. You know what I mean? So it's like. You always want to keep your child well informed, so at least she knows, you know what I mean, everything like that. Which is especially for a father to a daughter, that's a scary ass conversation that you don't want to have. But but you eventually gotta have it, I guess. But it's not like us. Like I could say a good portion of us, we learned on the fly. You know what I mean? Like I'm not having no conversation with my moms about that. She had to find a condom. She had to find condoms. Like
she had to find some Playboy magazines.
Yeah, like she had to find shit. Be like, yo, I know you fucking and shit. I was like, what are you talking about? Yo, I'm going outside, man.
My mom's got a British accent, so imagine a person trying to talk to you mad proper about sex. Like, what is this? However, I can't even do the accent. But with her proper ass accent, with a condom in her hand that she found in my goddamn room, and I'm just like, I don't know what you talking about.
She found a used condom, and she's like, "What's this?" I'm like,
Nah,
"What you
not
doing with that?" Nah, that ass. First time she called me, that's what I
That's a
You try to flip it.
Yeah, yeah.
Flip it on her.
Like, what
Be
you doing with that?
Ew, Mom, what you doing with that?
What you doing with that? Nah, that's, yo, that
Don't
shit
play
was-
these games.
Yeah, I boogie. But I was like, yo, I'm out of here.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, gotta
I
go.
would be.
Yeah.
I feel like the
Never had
perfect
that
age
combo.
is kind of like when you feel like you like every child is different and they mature differently. So I don't know if there's
True
an
facts.
age like you could really put on that. I think it really depends on when you feel your child is mature enough to understand. And
Mine is right now.
And I
ain't
feel
gonna
like
lie.
if she's gonna come up, if he or she's gonna come up to you, ask you certain questions, chances are they kind of already
Know
know
the answer?
the
Yeah.
answer.
They just want
that
confirmation.
they just want to hear
Correct.
from you.
Yeah.
See, that's another thing too.
Yeah.
You just flipped it. If she was to like come to me and ask me first, I think I would answer. Son.
Of course.
I
you
think I
should.
would answer.
Yeah.
I,
This can't
I
filter
wouldn't.
that.
I wouldn't prolong that. If
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
coming to me, that means it's real.
It's
Yeah.
real.
It's the first time she's coming to me about
Yeah.
this.
And she
it's the
values,
first time she's
she
coming to
values
me
the
about this.
information that she's getting from you.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm
it's
saying? That
awkward.
says
I
a
could
lot.
imagine as a child, you could like, how was that conversation? You going to your parents and ask them about sex? It's like, yo, I don't even want to talk to you about this shit.
That's why.
But
that
as a
happened.
parent, you gotta be like mad. You gotta
Yeah, you got to be
to
open.
that.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
hear
saying?
you. I hear you. But it's hard for like you as a parent. I think like you'd have to make that first move.
I think it's easier to talk to your daughter than your son about that, though.
Really?
I think it's easier to
Nah,
talk to
I
my
think so.
son.
So, son.
easier too.
No, I
That's
think
what
it's
I
easy
was-
for the son, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it's easy. I mean, well, it's easier for the daughter to come to you and talk about it than the
Oh,
son
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah.
The son is a little bit different.
I wouldn't know.
But we're gonna
Me
move into
either.
our last segment. That good old Papa Flizzer.
Pop, pop, pop.
We're gonna start this
Flee,
thing
flee,
off on the
flee.
right side. I don't know if everybody heard it, but hopefully you did. Travis Scott new album. Hypa, how you felt about it?
Good money in my book. Was on repeat the whole weekend. Pop.
The pop solidified it.
Oh yeah.
I like what I hear so far. He's a little weirded out for me, but you know sometimes weird is good. But for now, it's not a full pop because it's like I didn't gravitate too crazy to it, but it's not bad. It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, I like what I heard so far. It didn't really catch me like the first couple of times. Well, I really listened to it. I would say one, maybe two full times. So the first time it didn't really catch me. It was like maybe one or two songs that I have on repeat. That it won't even let me get past that because I'm like, I like this song. The other two.
Oh, you be doing that too?
So
I'm like, yo, I gotta listen to the rest, but like these two songs is
Yeah,
fire.
exactly.
Boy. Like,
so
I do that after I listen to the whole shit.
Nah,
sometimes I can't go forward, bro.
It's a
to
few
me, it's
albums
like
I got
you
stuck
gotta
on
be
like
able to.
that.
Huh?
It's a few albums I got stuck on like that.
I try not to do that.
yeah,
I really try
I'll
not to do
listen
that.
to it and I'm like, two songs after the good one wasn't popping for me. So I was like, let me go back so I don't. So let me go back so I could still feel it.
Yeah.
But
Take 4 days to hear a whole album.
yeah.
I
So
can't get past.
I finally said, let me listen to the whole thing. There's a couple joints on there that I like. So I'm gonna give it a pop.
He got like 17 tracks on
Pop.
there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give it a pop, but like it's not his best work to me.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
feel like Birds in the Trap was better, but I mean,
Best album.
it's still new, so I gotta let it marinate a little bit more.
I'll say it's a pop. I like the production on there a lot.
Me too.
Production over.
I
li-
the
literally
has
listen to that
A1
shit
production.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, bro.
Moving along. LeBron James has been doing a lot for the community with our promise school and all that kind of stuff. We feel like LeBron James is the best sports figure ever. On the right of me.
With this move, he's more than just a basketball player and an athlete. He's like an icon at this point. So to me,
I can't live it.
yeah, he's up there. He's up there. He's a pop.
You know, I really can't say because I really feel like there's a lot of other athletes that's probably did more than that behind the scene that they don't
Get the
broadcast.
recognition for.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's definitely a good look, but I just have a strong feeling like probably like one of those no name or not one those names that's not mentioned too much in sports. I'm talking about any sport. Probably do these kind of things way more than he's did. But you know, he's LeBron James, so still a pop.
It sounded like a whole bunch of hate. You know?
Well, if it was hate, it's the truth.
It's a pop for me. Like he's big on the court, but he's even bigger off of the court. Pause.
Jesus Christ.
Call it what you want. But
Big ass pause. I'll do it for you. But go ahead.
yeah,
Nah,
so
I
I'm just going to say pop. He's amazing on and off the court.
To me, I'm not gonna give it a pop or a 5. I feel like he's done a lot and he's doing a good job. But I'm on the fence. I'm not gonna say ever. Ever is a big Griffin.
Who you think has that crown right now?
I knew you was gonna do that.
I think Kaepernick is definitely up there.
Oh, he's
for the sacrifice that he took for us.
Yeah, he's playing the martyr role right now.
So that's.
I think if somebody was over that, I would put Muhammad Ali probably over that.
Yeah. Well, I give it to
Muhammad Ali, the GOAT.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
I say a pop. I give it to LeBron because I feel like with LeBron, his whole story, man, not having a father, not like, you know what I mean, growing up the way he grew up, and to show like kids like, yo, he's one of the most famous people in the world because of what he do. It's like, and then always being humble and stuff like that. I feel like, yo, that's a real good dude, man. So yeah, I give it a pop.
Ever. I mean, I was gonna say that's a pop until the ever part, and I'm like trying to think. I'm like, is anybody ever like surpassed that?
Yeah, Muhammad Ali.
We definitely could say his social issues, like that
he's
he
past
did,
that.
like he got locked up for us and everything like that, fighting a good fight.
Giving your money millions.
Yes, like
didn't have to.
I feel like giving your
Selfless.
freedom is more than giving money.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say that's a flop.
Yeah. But that with Ali's thing too, I feel like he didn't necessarily just do it for us people. He did it for himself as well, because like he did it for his like what his beliefs are, and people like happen to have his exact beliefs. Like especially him and being Muslim, especially he fought. He didn't go because he didn't believe in that war. You know what I mean? He didn't believe in that Vietnam War, right? It was Vietnam.
But he also was doing it to have African American soldiers follow his steps.
Yeah,
like,
to be aware. Like he wanted people to be aware.
This ain't our fight.
Yeah.
This ain't our battle. We
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing this. And
Yeah.
I'll go to jail
Uh-huh.
at the height of my career.
Yeah, but yeah, I felt like, but he didn't necessarily take that stand for just for people. He took that stand for himself. But he took that stand for himself first, I feel, and then for his people. You know what I mean? People that felt the same way, but didn't have that platform to speak on it.
Still a good thing.
Definitely a good thing.
All right, enough for LeBron. I'm tired of it anyway.
You're a hater.
All
Of
right.
course you do.
All right, moving on. I want to get something a little different. The Jordan 13s came out this past week and still sitting in stores, which we don't see a lot. I had this question with a friend of mine a couple of days ago. But is Jordan the 13s one of Jordan's weaker kicks? How do we feel about it? Pop or flop?
Remind me how that should look again.
The 13s.
He got games.
Yeah, he got games. The white on the
Ray
side.
Allen.
Okay.
White on the side.
White and black.
It's the white and black
I
joints.
probably did. I can't keep up.
I'll show you them right now.
What was your question? Are they like?
The worst.
Are they?
The
Are
worst.
they? Yeah, Jordan's one of the weakest pair.
I seen some trash.
Nah. They're not the weakest pair.
That's a fact.
They're not the weakest pair. They're not the weakest pair. I've seen worse than that. I've seen worse than that.
Dane-Ja, how you feel about it?
Definitely not the weakest
They're
pair.
not the weakest pair.
When it came out when I was in high school, I was more on it, but lately, like, for some reason, it don't do nothing for me, but it's definitely not the weakest pair. He got, nigga, he's still making sneakers right now. I think he on like 30-something, 40-something. All them shit just traga. So.
Everything past 19 is trash.
Quicks?
Definitely not the weakest pair. To me, the weakest pairs are.
You're about to go down the
It's
list.
definitely close.
And I mean out of the numbers. Don't give me no Team Jordan shit.
Nah, I'm going through numbers. But why don't I see that shit?
Because you're not closer to the mic.
What was I'm just asking.
Oh, I think the 10s are the weakest pairs.
Nah.
I hate
Tens?
those. I hate those. These?
19s,
Let me see.
19s is trash.
Everybody pulling out the
Nigga, after 16, I don't
19,
remember how they
20.
look.
17s was good. I like 17s.
I hate all of these.
Yeah.
I hate
I
all
wasn't
of these.
feeling them.
I've
17s,
never
18s
liked
was
any of
aight,
them.
too.
The Bugs Bunnies were the 8s.
Those are the
Yeah, those are 8s.
These are 10s.
I like the Olympic 7s.
I don't
Those are
like
my
the
favorite.
I hate them.
Classic.
All of them. Yeah, no matter which
Yo,
color.
The 10s was
all
probably
of these is
yo,
trash.
another thing. No, you know which
10s weren't trash.
bro. I think
Bro,
I
he
think
ain't even playing these.
yo.
These,
Yeah, he
these-
did.
No, these when he was.
Bro.
Wasn't
Comebacks.
he? Well,
Those are 45s. He played with those.
You know,
Yeah.
you know which one I thought was trash? The 2s.
the twos.
No, I fucks with the twos. I don't like
Some
the.
twos is alright,
I
bro.
don't like the 9s, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Whack too. I'm
Nines is
sorry.
fire.
The 2s and the
The
10s.
all-
yeah,
the
they're
all
trash.
red
and
twos
the
they think
the
had
2s
came
and the
out?
10s.
Twos and the 10s is trash.
He really
I
Googled
ain't like
it.
those shits. I ain't like those shits. The 2s was weak.
So we said.
No, excuse me. Did you say?
Nah, the 13s.
What was it? What was the
His
question?
weakest pair.
Nah, that's a flop. He had enough weak pairs.
Yeah, facts.
The weekend in that one.
I was right.
To me.
The weakest Jordan started at 19.
Bro, I don't
agree.
go past
Obviously,
16,
from
guys.
one to- I don't-
From
I don't
one
go
to
past
18
16.
From 1 to 18 is
It
I'll
was good.
rock all of them.
Yeah, it was good.
The weakest pair.
Gotta be like 19 or 20.
Yeah, to 1 to 18, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say flop. Not the weakest to me. I really don't like 13s at all, though. I don't like 13s at all. But they're not the weakest.
Same thing. They're not the weakest.
Definitely.
Nah, bro.
13s make your feet look like weird to me.
Yeah, like some jumbo shit.
Yeah.
Jesus, right. That's how I feel too.
Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, my favorite, just by being reminded now, I don't like, oh, shit. So, the 2s I ain't a fan of. I'm a fan of the 5, 6, 7.
Yo, we doing this right now.
We're not doing that right now, bro.
We're not doing that right now.
I just
Moving on.
Googled to
Yeah,
see
man.
which ones I didn't.
I'm doing this on purpose.
All right, moving on. I don't know if everybody heard it. I used to know her project. How do you feel about it? If you heard it, I don't know if you heard it.
I ain't listened to it.
All right.
Didn't get to it.
Didn't get to it.
I heard a little bit of it, maybe about 4 songs, but from the 4 that I heard, I like it. So I'll give it a half a pop right now.
Half a bop.
Oh, so it's new? It's really new?
Yeah, it says 2018.
It says
so
2018.
yeah.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I fucks with it. I like it.
I like it. Pop.
I thought it was old. When I posted that shit, I was like, yo, I don't know if that, but that shit has a vibe to it. It got a Lauren Hill
Nah,
type
I
of
might
vibe.
listen. I'm
I'm
gonna listen.
gonna try to get to it too.
YG album. How you feel about it? Right side.
Pass. Danger. That's you.
That nigga Steve Nash did real quick.
Bruh. YG album is fire. I was fluctuating between his and Travis Scott throughout the weekend, and then it just turned into a YG album weekend. That's that song.
Said
I mean
YG
that
weekend.
yeah, that YG album weekend. That's what I said. But that
They was about to say, oh, yo, they
listen.
gang affiliated.
listen, the way you listen to that album, he's gonna make you want to be blood, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, but
The album is
I'm gonna have to check it out.
definitely fire.
Pass. I didn't listen to it.
The little bit I heard today from Dane-Ja playing it before the cast, it sound pretty good. So I'm gonna give it another half a pop. I'm gonna give it a listen, probably
They
on
give
my
it
way
a
home.
burst. You give it a burst, not a pop.
Oh yeah. Keep it running.
Nah, I flop with me.
I say it pop. I like it.
There it goes. This is the Ali Similar Podcast, episode number 18.
Yes, sir.
I want to shout out our
18.
Instagram, man. Definitely our Instagram, our YouTube, SoundCloud, Ali Similar
y'all
Podcast
follow.
on all channels. So definitely follow us, man. Leave some comments, man. We want to hear what y'all got to say. We want to know your opinion on stuff. You want to know, any topics y'all want to add. So definitely Ali Similar Podcast on all platforms. Definitely look out for our up-and-coming event, Ali Similar Podcast live show.
Yeah.
We're going to be promoting that to y'all real soon. So
Crazy.
definitely look out for us. We're making major moves. Ali Similar Podcast, episode number 18.
Also, I want to say happy birthday to my grandmother in heaven. So
Happy birthday, Granny.
Yes, sir.
Upon
Happy birthday,
Facebook.
Granny.
Let's go.
Ali Similar Podcast, baby.
Yes, sir.
The Oddly Similar Podcast.